All right, so what I want to do here today is go through some examples of solving linear equations. Let's take a look at some of these here and run through these. So for our first question here, we want to solve this here. And what mistakes people often make is you cannot add these two numbers together. If I added these two numbers together, I would then be doing addition before I took care of my multiplication. And you have to follow your BEDMAS rules. So multiplication happens before your addition or subtraction. So the first thing we have to do here is do our distribution. Again, had you added these two together and gotten a 2 here and then did the distribution on this expression, your answer would be incorrect. You have to first go ahead and do your multiplication. So I'm going to go ahead and do my multiplication. We're going to get a 3x plus 6. Again, do distribution on the 5 here. That's going to give us 5 plus 40x. Before you start moving things around, clean up what you can. So on the left-hand side here, this equal sign, I have like terms by constant values here that reduce to become a 5. That becomes 5 plus 40x. Then bring your x's to one side, in which case you get 3x minus 40x is 5 minus 5. And here we get negative 37x equals 0. Divide across by 0, or divide across by negative 37, I should say, and we get x equals 0. Let's take a look at another question. So number 34 here, go ahead. We're going to have to do our distribution on this term and distribution on this term. This is going to give us minus 42v plus 30. Don't forget, when you do distribution, you grab the sign in front. So negative and a negative gives us that positive here. And then the minus 30 we write down from before. This becomes 3v minus 18. So again, before you start moving stuff around, collect up like terms. So 30 minus 3 is 27 equals 3v minus 18. And go ahead and bring the v's to one side and the numbers to the other, in which case I get minus 45v is minus, in this case, 45. Divide across by negative 45. And we get v equals 1. Let's take a look at 35. So 35 here, same idea. I have to do my distribution on this first, likewise with the 2. This becomes minus 6p plus 7 plus 21p equals 14 plus 16p. And again, that's all multiplication. At this point here, again, collect like terms before you start moving things around. So this is going to be negative 6 plus 21 is going to give me 15p plus 7. Is 14 plus 16p, and we have 15p minus 16p is 14 minus 7, in which case I get negative p is 7, and then multiply across by negative 1, you get p is minus 7. Let's take a look at 36. So for 36 here, again, we're going to go ahead and do distribution. Go ahead and do distribution. End up getting minus 5x minus 10. Is 5x minus 1, and then copying that minus x back down. And we end up getting here minus 5x minus 10. Collecting like terms here, you'll see I have a 5x minus an x, just gives me 4x minus 1. Bring the x's to one side here, and bring the numbers to the other. I get minus 9x is 9. Divide across by negative 9. And I get x is minus 1 for this one here. Let's take a look at 37. So for 37 here, we do our distribution. So I get minus 16 plus 4m equals minus 6m plus 24. Bringing the m's to one side, I get 4m plus 6m equals 24 plus 16. I get 10m equals 40. Divide across by 10, and we get m is 4. So again, as I go through these questions, feel free to pause the video, try these questions out as you're doing them. See if you get the same thing as me. Same thing here, we're going to have to go through our distribution, in which case you get 20r. Again, don't forget, we've got here a minus with a minus. You always grab the sign in front when you do your distribution. That'll be a plus 30 is 30 minus 5r. And then we want to bring the r's to one side of the equation and numbers to the other. This ends up being 25r is 0. Divide across by 25 here, you can see you get r is 0 because those will cancel. And in this case here, 0 over 25 is 0. Let's take a look at 39. So 39, same idea. Again, when you do your distribution, grab that sign in front. So I'm going to be multiplying both of these by -2, both of these by 4. So that 3n is, nothing's happening with that yet. This becomes plus 4 plus 14n equals 4 minus 32n. And again, collect up like terms here. So you can see here I've got the 3 and the positive 14. So 3 plus 14 is going to give me 17n plus 4 is 4 minus 32n. And I get 17n plus 32n is 4 minus 4. In which case here I get 49n is again 0. And I get n is 0 for this question. All right, number 40. Same thing, do your distribution. That's just along for the ride now for a bit. So this is going to be 6 minus 24r plus 3r is equal to negative 9r plus 6 plus 6, and then you should get a minus 6r from before. So again, clean this up first. So this becomes 6 minus 21r equals minus 15r plus 6. Bringing things to one side, I get negative 21r plus 15r is again 6 minus 6. And here I'm getting minus 6r is 0. And once again, divide across by negative 6. And we're getting r is 0 for this question. All right, let's take a look at 41. So for 41, getting a little more complicated, you just have multiple distributions to do here. So this is minus 6x. This be minus 3 minus 15x is minus 8x plus 32 plus 4. Collect up like terms before you start moving stuff around, in which case we get here minus 21x minus 3 is minus 8x plus 36. And you get minus 21x plus 8x equals 36 plus 3. In which case I get minus 13x is equal to 39. And divide across by minus 13 on both sides. I get x is minus 3. Let's take a look at 42. So again, we do our distribution. Get 6a minus 42 equals negative 7a plus 49. In which case I get 6a plus 7a is 49 plus 42. In which case I get 13a is going to be 61 here. Oh, I'm sorry, 91, I should say. So you get 13a equals 91. Therefore, a is 91 over 13. And 91 over 13 is equal to 7. And the answer for 42 is 7. Let's take a look here. Number 43. Do your distribution. Don't forget to take the sign in front. We get 6 plus 6n equals 8n minus 3n plus 21. 6 plus 6n equals 5n plus 21. 6n minus 5n is 21 minus 6, and n is 15. Number 4 here, same idea. Again, watch out. You can't add these two together. You have to do your multiplication first. So this becomes minus 28x minus 49 equals 3 minus 16 minus 24x. This becomes minus 28x minus 49 equals, let me collect these together here. This becomes minus 13 minus 24x. And bringing everything to one side here, get minus 24x plus 24x is negative 13 plus 49. Minus 4x is 36. It's positive. Divide across here, I get 36 over negative 4. And in which case I get negative 9 as my answer. All right, that concludes today's lesson here. Just going through some basic solving like terms and distribution questions. Thank you.